So before I continue any further with additional features, I want to add a means of moving around in our world. So in other words, I'm going to add a very basic locomotion system based on the trackpad movement. So for that, I'm going to hijack the teleport left trackpad button up here. So I'm going to unpin these two here and take this left stick down variable and use for that. So now we're keeping track of whether or not the keypad is being pressed down or not. So we're also going to create an event for this, which we're going to call trackpad movement. Which we're going to call from the event tick here. So to begin with, we want to check if we are holding down the button. And if it's down, we want to move our capsule. Once we moved our capsule, we also want to make sure to update our active position, and that is something we always want to do when we move with the trackpad. So in order to find our direction that we want to move, I'm gonna start off by grabbing the camera and getting that world transform. And the way the controller looks, if I just bring up a picture of that, is that you're gonna have this trackpad on top of your Vive controller, and the X is going this way and the Y is going this way. So we're going to move in the direction, so if you hold down your thumb on this area here, you want to move forward and back, to the side, left and to the right. You also want to do this in relation to the direction that you're looking with the camera. So this is just a very basic way of setting up locomotion using the trackpad. So in order to get that, we're going to use this camera world transform. So the direction on the trackpad we want to convert into the space of the camera. And the axes from the controller we can get using this. Motion controller thumb left X and nope, not that one. This one. And this one. So the X again is to the side and the Y is up front and back. So if we take a look at the camera itself, when we get the Epic template, it's going to face in the direction of the X. So actually the two axes here are switched. So we also need to switch them here. So when we make our vector here, we want to switch the X to the Y and the Y to the X. So this is the direction of the way that our thumb is pointing. And we want to convert that into a direction relative to that camera transform. Now the camera transform can look up and down and tilt to the sides and yaw. So we're only interested in the yaw really from this transform here. So we're going to split this open and isolate that part here. So we can just split this one and make a rotator. And just grab the yaw here. The location and the scale we're just going to pass through here. And the way to convert that vector here, which is technically just a direction, we can use this transform direction. This is going to give us a world space local to world. I'll plug that in here and that one in here. Now, in order to get a little bit more speed out of this, since this is going from -1 to 1, we're also going to multiply this by a small number. So for me, I'm just going to pick 4. So when I'm now pressing the thumb pad, you can see that I'm able to move around using my trackpad. So if I take my headset and I just hold the trackpad forward and I turn the headset, you can see that the direction it's moving is according to the HMD. So this very simple method of moving around we're going to be using in the next videos in order to test some other things or implement some other features. So stay tuned for that, and bye.